With the defection of former governor of Anambra State, Mr. Peter Obi, to the Labour Party, proponents of the Third Force movement are eyeing a coalition of 9 of the 18 registered political parties and other groups ahead of the 2023 general polls. The push is to give the Nigerian electorate a credible alternative to the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, and the main opposition, the People's Democratic Party. The National Secretary of the Labour Party, Mr. Ibrahim Farouk, joins us in the studio to give us perspective on all of that. You're welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Well, quite a lot. Good enough that you listened to the first discussant on this subject about, the decision now to pick a running mate for all the flag bearers of all the political parties. And Labour parties also is in the conversation now, all over social media. And in fact, a lot of analysts are now considering Labour Party as the likely third force that is going to emerge. Take us through what the plans are for the Labour Party as regards picking a running mate.
Well, Labour Party as it stands today, we don't consider ourselves as the third force. We are the first force to reckon with.
Really?
Honestly
we
speaking.
have a ruling party, the APC, and we also have the major opposition,
the popular PDP as well.
We had a ruling party before the APC, and another party took over from that ruling party. So Labour Party is going to do the same thing.
How is Labour Party going to achieve that? I mean, we saw earlier today, amidst all the speculations that there is a discussion between Labour Party, NNPP, and other parties to form alliance and all that. And NNPP says that they are not doing that. They are not in talks with anyone with regards to forming alliance. So how does Labour Party intend to actually be that kind of force?
You see, in politics, a lot of things happens at the back door, at the corridors, in the front force. And it's a matter of planning and strategizing. The Labour Party is a cogent force now, and it is the force to reckon with. People are tired with what is going on. The leadership presently, Nigerians are experiencing is a leadership of people who have been in the same, they were just hip-hopping around a euphemism. We are recycling the leadership. The Nigerian project is completely a new one now. The youth have realized, and the people of concerned citizens have realized that Nigeria should not continue to be governed by the people that have been governing it in the past. So presently, we need to have a change.
You're talking about change and being the force. People have said, well, Labour Party do not have a structure, in the length and breadth of the country. So how do they intend to win election? How do they intend to,
you see, I'm a politician, per se. I've contested election. I won elections. So I know what winning election is all about. I know structure. If you are talking about PDP clamoring structure of 50 million, how many people voted for it during the election? If you are going by the too much talk about APC's 40 million followers, how many people voted during the election?
Well, the reason people are saying,
you see, so what I'm trying to say, we are talking about structure now. The structure of a political party are the people that have made up their mind to vote for that candidate of their choice. When APC came into the merger, when the merger of APC came into force, that was the same thing people were saying. The PDP were saying, forget them, they don't have structure, they don't have anything. But before you know, during the election, at the campaign start, you see everybody at the structure of the people. You are the structure of Labour Party. You people are the structure. The youth are the structure of Labour Party.
Well,
the union are the structure of Labour Party. So to talk that Labour Party does not have a structure is as if we are just talking, we need to have like a bank when it's having branches in all over the place. It's not like that.
Well,
the people who are committed to vote, who are committed to have a change, to change the narratives, the way things are going on in the country, the insecurity, the poverty, you understand?
Well,
all the social incapacity of the government to enhance the life, the life of the citizen. These are some of the people that
example you gave of the APC wasn't quite so, as it were, because as you remember,
yes,
the APC is made up of the NMPP, the ANPP, the CPC, and these are parties that were already registered and they had structures. And what the APC did was to bring that together. Now, my question to you is, how on ground is the Labour Party? And what do you say to the stories or the allegations, or what is it that people say that the Labour Party is a social media party, that it's only present on social media?
You see, sometimes I laugh. When you are not with us, you will not know who we are. If you want to know the structure of Labour Party, come to Labour Party. Of course, yes, PDP had been in government for over 16 years, about 16 years thereabout. APC are in government for 8 years. So the advantage they have to talk, the advantage they have for having people in different government positions, that make them feel who they are. But I always want to give you the example of how APC came into power. When APC came into power
through alliance.
They came into power through alliance. Why? Because none of the party at that time was strong enough to face the nation.
So, but you
none
do not have that kind of alliance.
We do have Labour Party. You see, Labour Party had been, I would say, a sleeping giant. We just needed a wake-up. And the wake-up call has come out now by Peter Obi, who has, for the first, been acclaimed to be one of the most credible leader that Nigerian has produced. Very intelligent, very hardworking.
But what kind of alliance do you have?
See, when you are talking about alliance, we are having alliance with Nigerians. This is the alliance I have.
That sounds vague. It sounds
vague. How? You see, we're having alliance with the voters.
Every political party will say they have alliance with Nigerians. Everyone, every political
party. Of course, yes.
Right?
But are they having alliance?
See,
if every political will say they're having alliance with Nigeria, can you tell me, trustfully, that APC is having alliance with Nigerians? What alliance? As a Nigerian, what do you feel about the government? You are dissatisfaction? We are dissatisfied. We were dissatisfied with the governance of PDP. That is why we had a change. And also we have run into another deeper ditch.
There are speculations that the Labour Party is in talks with some parties, and that there's a likelihood that you're going to merge with some other parties, so much so that your candidate may even be a running mate.
Look, I'm telling you, I'm the National Secretary of Labour Party. To my knowledge, we are not in discussion with any political party. Rather, some political parties are coming to have discussion with us. We are open to partnership. We are open to synergizing to see how we are going to salvage this country from the clutches of these bad leaders who had been suffering us. So, saying that Peter Obi or our presidential candidate is going to be, that one is naive.
Well,
it's the imagination of those people. They lost him. And they find out very, very much too late to realize that they have lost a very credible candidate. And I'm telling you, the emergence of Peter Obi under the platform of Labour Party is a divine intervention. Nigerians are praying that God should give us a leader that will be for Nigerians, a leader that will salvage us, a leader that will show the youth the facts to have a good governance. What are all these leaders coming to show us? What are the candidate of PDP coming to show us? What is Atiku going to show us?
All right, now,
what is he going to do? What is Tinubu going to do? You as a Nigerian have done your own. You have given them the opportunity to serve. We have given them the opportunity, too much opportunity to be of good leadership or to show a good example to better the life of Nigerians. Have they failed?
If you talk about
they have really failed.
If you talk about competence and ability to lead, every political party in their own right, they will say they have that. The APC will say, well, their candidate is competent enough. The PDP will say the same, right? So, but we are talking strategy. Now there's a conversation, ongoing conversation. In less than 48 hours, you are expected to produce and present the running mate of your flag bearer of the party. The APC is having its own conversations, and certain names are coming up. The PDP, likewise, certain names are coming up, and considerations are ongoing for who would be the running mate for them. Your own flag bearer is not in the country. He's in faraway Egypt. You do not have time. So what's going on? Who is going to be your running mate? And what are the considerations that you are going to be giving in deciding who gets to be the running mate of your flag?
You see, because of the insincerity of the PDPs and the APC, that is why they are finding themselves in this quagmire of choosing among the vast number of personalities they claim to have who is going to be their running mate.
Has Labour Party chosen theirs?
We do have our running mate. It's not even an issue.
So you've decided who the running mate is?
We have already, of course.
But we need to know the considerations that made you to arrive at picking the running mate.
Of course.
Because Nigeria,
Peter Obi comes from the south, and certainly our his running mate is from the north.
Okay,
and very soon it will be unveiled. We send it to INEC, and INEC will unveil everything.
How do you intend to translate the kind of conversations that you have online to the grassroots? Because at the end of the day, there are people who do not have access to the internet. They are not on the internet. They don't know the conversations going on. There are those who cannot even watch television. So they do not know what you are doing in that respect. How do you get to them?
You see, sir, that is why I totally disagree with people when they are saying that there are people who are not in tune with what is going on. What is going on? Of course, the people on the internet, the people on the Twitter, they have a fraction of Nigerians. But what is going on in the Twitter, if you know, I know, then I tell you and I tell others. I've been a local government chairman, so I know how the information fly. By the time you tweet something, what you are doing now, I'm telling you, there are so many. Of course, you are not on the. It's not almost everybody that watch this program right now. But before, in 2 hours' time, you hear what is going to be trending. People at far remote villages in the north, far north, they will be telling you that we have seen, or we have seen the National Secretary on Trust TV discussing Labour Party matters. So don't even go there. Nigerians are aware. The planning man who goes around, cattle running his cattle in the bush, he carries his radio and he listens to what is said. What we are saying now is going to be translated into various languages. And I'm not the one to do the translation. You are not the one to do the translation. Our own is to talk to Nigerians and tell them, look, this is what you are supposed to do, and this is what is good about you. Okay. The Nigerians are listening to what is good for them and what is bad for them. We have experienced bad leadership. We have experienced bad governance, and we are tired. Nigerians are tired. You are tired. I am tired. So I'm telling you, we're going to have a revolution of votes that is going to usher a new leadership, and that leadership is Peter Obi. That party that's going to produce that president is Labour Party.
But it appears the Labour Party is focusing only on the presidency. Is this movement also transcending down to governorship, House of Assembly, and all of that? Because I haven't seen the presence of the Labour Party in the Ekiti election that is coming up very soon.
Like I said, we had been sleeping giants. We had been sleeping giants. And the miracle that brought Peter Obi is that same miracle that is going to bring so many prominent Nigerians.
All right.
If you see what is going on, so many senators, so many House of Reps members are decamping, leaving senators, you understand, are decamping from their own political party, from PDP, joining Labour Party, serving senators.
Okay, now because of time, let me just ask you a direct question. When are we going to see the unveiling of your running mate?
Very soon. We have barely 48 hours. We have barely 48 hours. So wait.
Today or tomorrow?
You'll see it, but today, tomorrow, you'll see it. You hear it.
All right. Well, thank you so much.